When you think of tech, you generally don't think of a flashlight. What's so technological about a flashlight? A simple circuit with a battery and an LED, right? Well, not this one. This is the Nitecore MH20, and it might just be the smallest, most powerful flashlight in the world. Let's get into it. The MH20 is just 10.5 centimeters tall and is made out of aero-grade aluminum, which is super sturdy. Trust me, this thing is a tank. It's IPX8 waterproof, which means it's not only water resistant, but it's also submergible up to 2 meters. It's hard to video just how small this flashlight is. For comparison, it's just about the size of an iPhone 4, and yeah, that's small. But for its small size, it packs one hell of a punch. At full brightness, this thing outputs 1000 lumens. A typical smartphone LED flash is around 50 lumens, so you can see just how bright this really is. The beam is pretty focused, but it does have a sort of halo around it. On the sides of the light are small fins to allow the flashlight to cool down faster, because at full brightness it gets quite hot. On top is a big rubber button that has 2 stages, a full press and a half press. The button feels solid and has a very satisfying click. This button controls all of the light modes and brightness levels. Pressing once turns the flashlight on. Once on, half pressing the button scrolls through 5 levels of brightness, from ultra low all the way up till holy hell that is bright. If you long press the button, you get to the special modes, which include a strobe, SOS, and location beacon, which flashes the light every 2 seconds. Full pressing again turns the flashlight off. Another handy feature is if you half press the button when the light is off, it activates a blue light in the button, which can help you locate it in the dark. Around the back is a removable battery, which in my case is 3400 mAh. You can get different sized batteries for this flash, but this one allows it to be at full brightness for nearly 3 hours. Here's a chart showing the battery life of each brightness level. And by the way, this is for the 2600 mAh battery, so expect more with a bigger one like mine. Which leads me to the best feature of this flashlight. It's rechargeable. Around the other side of the unit is a hidden micro USB port under a rubber flap. This means you don't have to keep buying batteries for the light. Just plug it in and recharge, and you're ready to go. When plugged in, the button flashes blue, indicating that it's charging. Charging from empty to full takes about 2 hours. Once fully charged, the button light turns a solid blue. So, what can this flashlight be used for? It's a great all-around portable light, so here are a few instances where it could come in use. It can be useful when you go camping or go on night trips. Lighting your way around in the dark can make it safer to see where you walk. Alternatively, you can use it as a backup light at home, in case of a power outage, or for emergencies which may happen in the dark. In my case, I also use it as a video making tool. It's great for backlighting or bouncing light off of walls, or places where there is no power. Take this shot for instance. This one is from my Jaybird X3 review. I used the MH20 as a backlight. It's so bright that you can actually see the dust particles behind the earbuds. Also, because you can control its brightness to a degree, it gives you more options for placement and you don't have to find ways to dim it externally. So lots of creative uses for this little light. Unfortunately, there are a few downsides to this flashlight. They aren't anything major, but it is wise to take them into consideration before purchasing. Firstly, the flashlight can't be charged and used at the same time. Once the USB is plugged into the device, it doesn't allow the light to operate, which is unfortunate, as this could have meant hours of continuous use using an external battery. Although this feature would have been handy, I understand why it's not possible. The light gets extremely hot at full brightness. It won't burn you or anything like that, but after 5 minutes of use, the front of the device is hot enough that it gets a bit uncomfortable. This light is better used in full brightness for shorter periods of time. This is just a matter of output versus size. This flashlight is so small, so densely packed with electronics and a battery, that cooling it is hard. Another thing to take into account is that this light is only white. There are no colours at all. For most people this definitely isn't a deal breaker, but if you want a flashlight with colours, look at other models. Lastly, the rubber flap is a bit finicky to open and close. It's not a weak rubber, but when it's closed it's very snug to keep water out, so getting it off is a bit hard. Again, nothing major, but something to keep in mind. I think this flashlight is a very useful device for anyone. price is around £75 or $90, which seems high for a flashlight, but remember that it is built to last with its rubber aluminum enclosure and waterproof build. It's so small that you can take it anywhere, and its high brightness and excellent battery life make it great for long outdoor trips. And most importantly, it's rechargeable, which means it will last for years to come. I've had mine for over 2 years and it's been through a lot. It fell a few times on concrete, wood, and even sunk in a pool once. After all it's been through, it still works perfectly, so it's definitely something to keep in your bag for any time you need to brighten up a situation.